Hello, wonderful people. We are back again.
Hear me
once
out,
again.
hear me out, hear me out, hear me out, hear me out, hear me out.
Yeah,
We've been
we're
gone
back.
for freaking
For 3 weeks.
3 weeks. The first week,
3 weeks.
our kids was sick. The second week, we went on a trip. The
Life
third
happens.
week, you was on the call.
Life
So,
happens.
try, think, whatever. But we back. We here.
With another
video.
topic, another video for you. Because we saw that you liked our last video.
Yeah.
The one we made about things I wish I knew before getting married. And we decided to dig deeper and make another video on things I wish I knew before having kids.
Before having kids.
You need to watch this video, okay? Watch the video so you know.
Especially if you don't have any kids yet, or you
Yeah.
plan on having more, and you want to just work on some things, or you just don't want to feel alone. Because I'm hoping we not the only ones that feel like we should have had certain things in place or more knowledge before having kids about certain things.
So do you want to start with
Yeah,
the first thing you wish you knew before having kids?
I wish I knew how expensive children were. Like,
Expensive.
you know, before you even start having kids, you see all these parents and they dressing their kids up and they taking care of their kids, and it's always so cute. It's just, oh my God, I'm so excited to be able to take care of my baby and take her, do this and put her in gymnastics and, you know, do all these things. But baby, when you have 1, 2, 3, 4,
5, 6, 7.
The-
It's a lot.
what you call them 7?
I mean the more
Don't call them 7.
you don't need to be scared. I mean the
Okay.
come on, my mom had 7, right? So
Oh my
don't worry about it.
goodness. That's
The more kids you have, the more responsibilities, right? The more bills you have to take care of, the
the
more
more
expenses.
space, the bigger vehicle, the bigger house,
Wow.
extracurriculars, food. That's like one of the biggest expenses I feel
Yeah,
like we
food?
have. Our food bill is close to like half of our rent, if that.
And the children, they don't even pity you when they are eating. They don't pity you that you are paying for those foods. You know, they think the food is free and they just, eat.
Eat,
Something
waste
like
it,
that.
ask for more. Eat, waste it, ask for more. So I wish like I would have been more knowledgeable about finances, knowing how to manage money better, as far as like being prepared to have for children. Like maybe like if I could have went back before I even had kids, I would have set aside money like to prepare and be like, okay, let me start saving and putting money to the side. I'm ready to have another baby, but money is like very essential before you start having kids, or you have to be knowledgeable when it comes to money management, because a lot of times, especially in this economy, you may have to put your child's needs before your own. You may have to take care of things that can take money that you weren't planning on buying a certain thing, but you end up having to buy because your child needs it. And a lot of unexpected things happen when you have kids. Like literally, one day everything can be fine, and the next day you going in the doctor or you going in the pharmacy getting $100 worth of medicine, or somebody's shoe broke, they need some more shoes, or somebody needs this, they grow out of clothes like that. I'm always shopping for clothes because kids grow up so fast. So definitely money. I wish I would have knew more about being more financially prepared before having kids.
Yeah, that's really true. That's true. Finance. But children, it takes away lots of money away from you.
And we don't have our mics, y'all, so if we don't know how the sound quality is gonna be, so hopefully it does sound good, but just know next time it's gonna be
We're gonna get it next time. So
what's yours?
for me, the first thing I wish I knew when it comes to having kids is the freedom. The children, it takes away your freedom. And it's not a joke. If you are single and you are watching this and you think you are busy, take it from me, you are not busy. When you have children, it's like, you have no life of your own. You want to do A and they are there. Sometimes, you might have a plan and you are ready to execute that plan, and your children are there, and sometimes you might not be able to even execute all these plans while your children are there. sometimes you wanna do something important and they wanna play. So before you have kids, have the realization that sometimes you have to sacrifice some important moments of your life just to create that beautiful moment for those kids.
No personal time. Even in the restaurant. No personal time.
Everywhere.
Forget about consistent date nights unless you just have a large village.
Date nights?
Yes, my husband's family's in Nigeria. All my family work. So literally we with our kids 24/7. No breaks, no one to send them off to, none of those things. So make sure like you have a village or you have some type of support or you get a nanny or whatever your situation fits your situation and whatever you feel comfortable doing, because your life revolves around your children once you start having them. No matter what you do, no matter how perfect your life is, things go in their favor. Literally, I don't know, like that's crazy.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Date nights, you have to sacrifice a lot of them. Even your goals. There are some goals you're gonna try to achieve.
They're gonna definitely slow you down. Yeah,
they're gonna slow you down. They're gonna slow you down.
When you're a good parent, that's natural. It comes naturally because you're trying to cater to your children's needs, love on them, and also provide for them. And it can take up a lot of time and a lot of energy and a lot of freedom.
Yeah, the freedom. Just get ready. Before you have kids, make up your mind that you are ready to sacrifice your freedom. You are ready to help your children to grow in any way they can, and you are ready to also sacrifice your money. So that that is something you should be aware of before you have kids. And apart from my point, which is sacrificing your freedom, is there another thing you want to talk about? I mean, something you wish before you have kids? Yeah.
I wish I knew like the mental state you need to be in before you have children.
Mental state.
The mental state, like basically, when you have children, whatever you're going through increases 10 times. So if you are somebody going through depression, if you're somebody going through like just a lot of mental obstacles, a lot of things that's slowing you down, once you have kids, it adds on to that. It increases. If you have anger issues, they're going to get worse if you don't know how to control them and fix them and manage them before you have children, or at least start working on them, or at least take accountability and look at some of the mental things you don't want to pass down to your children. It can be quick to anger, like you're not patient, or you're emotional, you always crying. Y'all already know, my mamas, they get pregnant, you already know when you pregnant, it's like your emotions just all over the place. You always crying, you always majority of us. So like I wish I knew about like preparing for that, because even now, like I realized that I knew I had things I need to work on as a woman, as we all do. But once I had children, it's like, okay, now I need to speed up the process. When you trying to care for children and also work on yourself, it can be a lot. Like when you trying to improve and also have your kids that you need to cater to their needs and all that, and work on things that you don't necessarily want to pass down to them when it comes. Like I'm a crybaby, right? I'm very emotional, and that's something I've been working on, and I had to keep working on while having kids that's also watching me. And that was a trait that I didn't like. It's okay to cry, but sometimes I would be sensitive, overly sensitive, right? So just like realizing things about yourself that you want to work on when it comes to your mental health, because that is one of the biggest strengths a child can have when they grow older, is their mental health, their mental strength. But you want to try to pass down to them the most positive things you can pass down.
Yeah, that's really a good point. That's a good point. For me, another thing I wish before having kids was the realization that every child needs a plan. Every child needs a plan. Because it's not all about having many kids. What plan do you have for them? Why are you even having the kids? Is it for fun? Or there is a reason?
Yeah.
Because if you look at the society, many parents or many people, they don't have plans for their children.
They just pushing them out.
They just want to be a parent, no plan. And imagine you're coming into this world with the realization that your parents have no plans for you. You are just here. And the sad reality is when they want you to get out of the house before you even turn 18 and all that. And that itself gonna mess up your entire world. If you look at the society, most of the people that are rich today or successful, most of the people, they got a lot of support from their parents. While they were young, the parents programmed them, prepared them for the world ahead of time. So before you have kids, take your time and ask yourself a question: why do I need a kid?
Give an example, like what type of plan? How do they structure this plan? What exactly do you?
Okay, good. In terms of plan, it depends. Right, it could be the financial aspect. So, for example, let's assume you want to have a child, and I expect you to think ahead of time. If this child gets to the age of 18, how I'm gonna support this child? What are other ways? For example, the child wanna go to school. What are other ways I'm gonna support the child to go to school? How I'm gonna pay for the school fee? For example, there are many ways, right? Some parents, if they are smart, they can invest for the children, right? Invest for the children ahead of time. It could be stock, bonds, and all that, right? Or they could also have custodial accounts for the children, or they can have 529 account for the children, which is educational account for the children. Set them up ahead of time.
That's right.
Or also prepare their social security to make sure that they have good credits, so that when they get to that age, at least they have a clean record. Clean record. Now they can get exactly. But if you don't prepare your children like that, you just give birth to them and you let them roam around the society, then they're gonna become nuisance to the world itself. So make sure you have plans for your children before you have them. Why? Because to be a father is to give feathers to your children so that they can fly. To be a father is also to give feathers to your wife as well, right? So that she can fly. And to be a mother is also to be a mentor to those children. That is your role, to be a mentor them so that they can become better than you. Of course, that is the reason of being a parent, right?
Absolutely.
The goal is to make sure all those children, your children are better than you. Because children, right, they are more like extension of the parents' legacy. So where you stop, that's where your children are likely to continue, right? But if you don't prepare your children for the world, there's no plan for them, and you're expecting your children to go and start from the beginning again, worse than where you are. Now that is a tragedy, right?
Yeah, that is.
Because you are a parent, you are a parent, and you are better than your children. That's a tragedy. Your children are supposed to be better than you. Your children, they're supposed to be better than you. They're supposed to be smarter than you, wiser than you, in all aspects. Why? Because you're supposed to give them the wisdom you've carried. Maybe you are 30 years old. The wisdom you've carried for 30 years, give it to them. The wisdom you've carried for 50 years, 60 years, 70, you give all this wisdom to your children so that they can use them to as a guide to get to where they need to be in life. That's how it's supposed to be. But sadly, right now in the society, it's not like that. That's why we are making this video, to point out these things so that you can have a rethink before you have kids. So that's,
or if you already have kids, some of these things you may not know. Like, hey, you're right, I need to work on that before I have the next baby, or it'll help you start working on it even while you're with children. So people may say, oh, I didn't know about a 529 or whatever. They may take the information and go open one for their children.
Yeah, custodial accounts, stuff like that.
Yeah. But my final one is finding balance. Balance is something I'm still trying to work on as a mom today. Like, when I say balance, before you have kids, be ready for the off days, for the imperfect days, for the days where you cannot pour into yourself, or things are not going the way you want it to go. And finding balance and finding your rhythm, even on your off days, will help you be able to get through parenthood a lot smoother. Being okay even when things are not okay. You know, being able to maintain even when things are hard to maintain. I would say, like, because it's a lot between being a mom, a wife, between trying to take care of my home, between trying to go after my own goals. Sometimes I get kind of confused and don't know what to put first, or what should be more important, and what should I put to the side, or should I stop doing this? I'm also in school, so it's just a lot. It's a lot, and like sometimes when I look back, I'm glad I had my children. But if I could turn back, I would have did all this before I even had them. Like, I would have went to school before I started having kids, finished school. I would have set myself up financially. Like, as far as, like, before I met my husband, before all this, before I even think about kids, I just would have got my life together. And I understand some couples just meet and have children, they in love, they get married. It's cool, it's fine. But if you're somebody and you still in your 20s, your middle 20s, and you still haven't had kids, you still haven't met your husband, get yourself together before you have kids. I would recommend, highly recommend, because it's not that it's bad or anything to get yourself while having kids, get yourself together while having kids. It's just a lot of pressure. It can be overwhelming sometimes, and you're in the constant cycle of trying to find balance and trying to handle it all. Versus if I would have did it all before I had kids, I just would have been able to focus on parenthood and enjoy everything. But everything happened for a reason, because I do feel like my children opened a lot of doors for me. Like, steered me in a direction I probably would have never went in if I would have, started to try to pursue certain things before having them. Sometimes your children bring out the best in you as well. So, but as far as how I'm raising the girls and how we raising the girls, we are in the name of Jesus, pushing them to focus on themselves, prioritize finishing college, prioritize getting themselves set up financially and enjoying their life and doing the things that they want to do truly before trying to involve children and think about all that type of stuff. So that's mine.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's really a good point, and I also like the way you pointed out the positive aspect of having children, with the realization that sometimes children bring out the best in you. There are some doors that won't open until you have children. There are some mountains you can climb until you have children. There are some success you can't achieve until you have children. Then, if you have children, they're gonna push you, they're gonna inspire you to get to certain stages of your life. That is really good. For me, the last point I wish I know before having children was the realization that often children do what they see you do. They
do what you do more than do what you say. I say that all the time.
Exactly, it's like that. If your children see you, then this is also a good way to influence or inspire their path in life. If you want them to go to the right, the right path. For example, I work a lot on the computer. So because of that's why my children they fall in love with computers at a very young age. They see me, they saw me, typing on the keyboard. Automatically they fell in love with playing with computers, playing with keyboards and all that. And right now they're already good at computers at a very early age. That is a blessing. So when they get to the age of 18, by then they'll be really computer gurus and all that. And they really gonna function in the world when it comes to computers and how to operate computers, stuff like that. So pay attention to your children, and if you want them to do something, do it. If you don't want them to do something, don't do it. Because same way they take the good, it's also the same way they take the bad. Yeah. If they see you doing bad stuff, you might think, oh, my children, they don't see me. They are seeing everything.
They see you.
They see everything.
Even when you think they ain't watching, they watching for sure. Because there's so many things my children have said and done that I've said and done, and not even did and they have mimicked it, and I'm like, where you get it? And It's crazy. That's so true. That's really good advice. Because
Yeah.
even with me, I'm starting back getting on my weight loss journey. And when I started working out, now my 2 toddlers, my 2 middle kids say, oh, "Mommy, I want to work out." I got them some workout masks. They go get their workout masks and they want to work out. So that is definitely very good advice.
Yeah, it's a good way. It's a good way to influence them. And if you don't like any bad habits they are doing, just make sure you're not doing that same thing.
Because I see a lot of parents on the internet always complaining about their children's behavior, and it's no way all your kids can be struggling with the same issues if they're not watching or have not watched you do it as well. Let's be real. I don't like that. I'm not into that type of content. Like, that they always have something bad to say about their kids. Their kids do this, don't do this, don't. Like, you gotta look at yourself in the mirror sometimes.
Let's just say children are good, good emulators. They look at you. If you are doing something, they copy you. Why do they copy you? It's because they are curious, right? They are trying to understand the world. And if you do something they think is fun, they try to copy you and they try to do it. And you as a parent, it's your responsibility to control their world by doing something positive that's going to help them to become the best version of themselves. So that is something that I wish I knew before having kids. And when I realized that, I became more careful on how I behave around them. But remember that how you behave around them influences their world. Sometimes you're going to influence their views on the world, their vocabularies and all that as well. So just be careful.
What they watch on TV too.
Oh yeah, what they watch on TV? Control their TV.
Oh my goodness.
Control what they watch on TV. Because right now, even most of the kids movies, they are not even kids.
Yes, they it's crazy how they changed what I grew up watching, Dragon Tales. I don't know what type of cartoon you grew up watching. You remember any?
Probably there wasn't any cartoon then, I guess.
I grew up watching stuff like Dragon Tales and Winnie the Pooh and what is it? The Science Kid and all those things, and now these cartoons be having like weird stuff. Even YouTube Kids, I be telling my husband, why is this on YouTube Kids? It's not, even on Disney Plus, like they have a lot of grown people stuff on there. I'm like, and I'm pretty sure parents be just letting them put on whatever they want to put on. Even like that movie my husband don't like them watching, Turning Red. What is it, Turning Red? With that red panda, because the little girl never to be disobedient to her mom.
Oh.
He don't like them watching that movie.
They're not, no. Often, yes, another thing. Sometimes if you don't like how your children are behaving and you are sure that you're a good parent, maybe that might be the reason.
TV.
They go on TV, they watch the movie. It could be random people in the movies and they try to behave like that person. And you need to control whatever they watch as well, okay? That is my advice. And I've made enough points. So now go and do something with this advice.
Yes, drop it in the comment. What's something that you wish you knew before having kids, or something that you're working on, or whatever the case.
Expenses. Children are expensive, right?
Children are expensive.
Everybody knows that. We all know children are expensive.
Talk to y'all later.
But they're also blessings.